Welcome back to the Opium Den. Let's get high. Alright, we are finished up the outpost phase. Not much for us to do. We're gonna start off, gotta keep her done and happy. Every week, he's saying make it more difficult. So I will go up to the brutal difficulty, and I think that is probably my max. I see a world where I could do some of the missions on unfair with my current party comp, because I'm very tanky and have good damage output. But the problem with unfair is I just don't know the game well enough, being 100% honest. Like, I really need to know all the enemies and their initiatives. I need to know exactly how scenario effects are going to be. Like, for example, on the last scenario, the avalanche, the snowdrifts counted as enemies rather than as obstacles with health. And so that changed, like, how my bottom action with Drifter worked in terms of re-procking my time token, or not time token, but my persistent token back one. That changed how Shockwave would have worked. But like, I'm still learning those things because even though the game is very like well laid out, there's a lot of the little kind of nuances that aren't very self-explanatory other than through trial and error. So, heard on it. I gotta keep the people happy. You are part of the people. So we will go up to brutal, but that's it. I think at the +3 difficulty, I would just constantly be rerunning missions until I figure out a way. And I do want to keep the story progressing and having fun while I'm at it. So let's go do a one-off here. I think the Crystal Trench sounds fun. We've got a good chance to get some herbs, so let's run this. And I think we already picked our new cards, we leveled up, we did everything in the outpost phase. Time for bad decisions.
You encounter a young Olgox away from his tribe, looking hungry and weary. He explains his name is Malrog, and that he has been exiled as part of the ritual transition into adulthood. He will need to slay a great beast to prove his value and return to his people. It's clear he doesn't want to interact with you, but he's desperate.
I shattered my greatsword against the rocks 2 days ago, and now I am defenseless. It is beneath my status to ask, but do you have anything I could use?
Judging by his current condition, it doesn't look like he'll make it very long without your help.
Are we good people or not? Yeah, we can give him a weapon. Lose 1 item. Alright, probably... Take it. Why is it only letting me give up this? Oh, weird. Okay. It like pre-selected or something. Yeah, let's get rid of a heater shield. That's fine. I don't know if I lose these forever, and the heater shield's more replaceable than this guy is. But we'll see.
I am grateful for your kindness. Thank you.
Nice. New road event. Alright, does anyone remember his name? You know how good I am with names. I am not going to remember what in the world that was. When it comes back up, unless it's like next mission. Adjacent to an enemy. No, that is terrible for a gem. That's possible. That's possible, especially if I'm trying to do the form flipping back and forth. Wallflower, we might be able to do. Optimist is probably pretty easy, because I would assume polar bears are wounding. So but the thing is, the banner, because it triggers on their turns, I don't know if it will count for it. I'm gonna take assistant, and I'll take masochist. Sleeper's possible, but at the higher difficulty, I can't guarantee it.
You travel east from Frosthaven, passing over the frozen wastes and into the Whitefire Wood, hoping to sort out the mystery of the wandering mechanical beings reported by Satha's scouts. You've heard of such contraptions before, but no one in the north seems capable of building such things. There's no place for delicate machinery up here, not where the air peels your heat away and frost can lock your weapon tight in its scabbard. Surely the scouts must have been mistaken. But machines aside, there are other sorts of creatures that do thrive in this climate, and one of them just dashed across your trail. Wild hounds. You've been so occupied by your thoughts that you didn't notice them until just now, and there's movement all around you. An entire pack is stalking you, and now they're closing in like a vice. Your position is terrible. It's too narrow in this forest for a close fight, and there is hardly enough light to see by. You need to get out of here, so you run. Suddenly, there's daylight. You break out of the forest and into the open, the trees giving way to ice and snow. However, this escape wasn't quite what you'd hoped for. On either side of you stand great walls of ice and rock, and behind you, the pack of beasts. It's an alley, a perfect place to funnel prey, and you just ran right into it.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, that funnel goes both ways, right? If you're trying to hold off a larger group of enemies, having a choke point is a very effective way to do it. So, I stand by our choice. Into the frozen alley we go. There's your Art of War knowledge for the day. Just kidding. That's 100% not from there. But we're going to say it is today, just like Michael Scott stealing Michael Jordan's. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And we're going to take some shots, and we're going to need some hopium now at 2+. Let's take a peek here at the scenario rules first as soon as we get in. Make sure it's nothing too goofy. Come on, baby. I like the red lettering, work in progress. Ooh, they weren't kidding about a funnel. Low key though, drifters stay against a wall is very doable. Alright, so we got another long funnel. Those imps are nasty in terms of the brittling and multi-attacking. But this is a long enough mission, I'm going to have a really hard time keeping the banner up with me the whole way. So let's think here. I think we got to do a setup turn. Think Geminate, I maybe keep on the inside path. It's a little shorter movement-wise. And I think I need to keep prioritizing stealing the element. We want maybe Reckless. Now the attack board with Disarm might be really good against the bear here, like next round. Drag down, probably not as important. And we want that for the bottom change form. Last time I did the setup turn, I did do it later. Just to see if anything moved up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's possible the bear gets up here. No, movement 3. So bear's probably not here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm... Okay, probably just a wasted turn. I'm going to waste the top of drag down to just do that. Alright, we're setting up here. I like the idea of crushing weight. We need that damage. I could go one of two ways. I think Shockwave has a lot of utility, but it's another top, so I couldn't do that till next turn. Or I think the heal is probably pretty important, and then I have Drifter try and tank the majority of this room. I mean, we're going to be taking damage from those imps. I can't kill 5 in a turn, so let's just go as late as we can. Man, I need a better movement late. I guess I could go here at 60, but you're not moving. There. Oh, this is probably just a late javelin throw, and then hitting something at advantage next turn. I maybe could get off a tip of the spear if things line up, but that's burning my 4 movement for that. combined effort I could pull off if I could also use the bottom. That's not quite how that works. So let's just go late with an attack, and I'm going to take the bottom of combined effort here to maybe set something up for next turn. Not a great turn, not a bad turn, but... Alright, poison brittle, they don't have an element out, and the bear is impairing and wounding. But it didn't move, so that's fine. Yeah, I knew this was a weird initiative for Gem. Not really much I could do. Alright, and this time I gotta remember Gem's the one with the stamina potion. Which is actually really nice when I'm at a weird, like, odd... Are these guys hitting at advantage every attack? No, the first two attacks should have been at disadvantage. That's why I didn't take damage. Okay. I just had to figure out the double flip. Alright, we're gonna have some... Man, this isn't worth it. So the reason I'm going back and saying it's not worth it is because if I'm poisoned, like, the heal's still gonna trigger for a bigger heal, but only get off poison. So there's a chance this just doesn't do anything for me. That's unfortunate. I don't think every imp attack poisons, to be fair. But if I didn't do that, I could move up to, and then try and set up an attack on both or all three. Honestly, that's not a bad Gem AoE off the start. Kind of healthy, boys. That difficulty bump's a big difference. Man, I don't love just going in aggro, but I feel kind of pinned into doing this because I don't want to waste my big heals on poison. So I'm going to do the more conservative play, which is this. So if I got you up next to you, then I can do not Unbreakable Wall because it's here. If I leave you back there, and it's got to be within range 2, so I can't give Gem anything. Alright, let me look here. What am I doing with Banner next turn? Okay, not gonna lie, the jump over and clapping 2 for 4 would be pretty good. But it would have to be here. So I can't pull that off. Or here, so I can't pull that off. Yeah, man, that initiative really put me in a bad spot. Alright, tip of the spear is pretty good. We could punch through 2. Which means I'd have to put you... I can't hit 2. I got Unbreakable Wall out. I already hate the start of this mission. So Relentless is my next best thing I could do to hit multiple people. Or Resolved. So we gotta go Resolved Courage. Yeah. Okay, so I could do the bottom of Javelin, move, pull, he'd be 2, 3. So I could pull the bear up and do a Javelin this way. So let me get Drifter in position for that, just as a play. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I thought he was at range 2. Alright, we lose the damage here because I'm not very smart. Someone in the comments will scream at me for starting out this mission. And I wouldn't blame you one bit. Just not awake yet. I'm working on it. We're working on it. Alright, Gem, 1, 2... I mean, it's a pretty early burn, but Firefly kind of goes crazy here. Trying to straight up kill stuff seems pretty good. But to be fair, I've got a nice AoE here anyway. Banner, this is really the only play I left. I mean, because I didn't put Drifter behind for this one, right? So pretty much that's the play I chose. You need to go after 21 then. And we try and do big damage to something. mean, I could get off Shockwave and start bouncing damage, since I did not get off my other persistent. I don't hate that, but I don't like that it would be another turn without attacking right now. I really need to start attacking something. So we're going to do sustain just after, and then here, I've got to move up at least 2 to be in range. We don't need that heal yet. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's no way I can hit 3 in the straight line. I didn't think so, but I had to check. Man, I'm kind of just tempted to Firefly. If I could hit at least 2, we're looking pretty good. I'm javeling this way. There's a chance I kill him. But even then, I could pick 2. I guess if I'm only hitting 2 for 3 damage, I might as well do this. Then do I want to change forms? Probably not. Probably not. So let's do this at 30 and see what happens. Something might move up by then. I mean, I could ally heal off the brittle. Is that better than damage? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I hear you coughing. I'm going slow. Sorry, this difficulty has my brain just a-working. Because I could heal off the brittle from Banner. And the poison, which would be pretty darn important. And then I could still get an attack off with the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That does kind of mess up. That does kind of mess up this play. Unless I move up and attack here. And then potentially I can still pull the bear and do a javelin this way into the back line. Alright, that's a good plan B. That means I need to go faster here, though. So probably destructive is just faster for the bottom action. We don't need to pierce. But this would give me a range attack if I'm trying to finish something. Nah, I don't want the range attack. I want the big melee damage. Alright, we're going to take the 5. Alright, shield, retaliate, heal. That's a great polar bear turn. Snow imps, poison, and brittle again. I would love to kill a few of these. It's going to get spicy. Come on, come on, come on. +1, we need this. Let's go. The hopium's in our favor. And I hate that I'm just abandoning Gem back there. But it is what it is. I already messed up Wallflower. I completely forgot. I was so focused on the other pieces of this mission. This would have been a pretty easy mission for Wallflower too. There's really no excuse there. Ooh, that's not a great advantage. Could just Frenzy Potion right now to save some damage. There's the +2 I needed. Why didn't that flip in the other one? Okay, I did double attack, so I gotta reset some things next turn. Let's see here. Maybe I can pull up that back imp. Oh, you're not gonna let me undo it? I can't go back and select? Because I don't really want to take the retaliate. And it's a pull 2, so I should just pull this imp up. Oh, just let me reselect my person. You can restart the round at the start of the round or on your hero's turn during card action. Alright, I'm not changing anything. I literally just want to redo this at this difficulty. I can't make errors like that. And pulling up that back imp potentially gives me a way to kill both those imps this turn without taking the retaliate from the polar bear. The thing is, I didn't, like, engage the action. I wasn't way down the road. I realized it as soon as I clicked on the bear, but there was no way to go back. Alright, game plan's still not to spam this, but kinda is what it is. We needed our heal. Alright, what did we do here? We did this just for initiative. We did the big attack. If I were really cheesing it, I would know not to use my advantage, and then I could use advantage on the next one, or... Anyway, it's fine. I'm going to keep everything the same. So we went 21, and then we did tip of the spear. So boom, boom, boom. Everything should be the same. Bottom attack, change forms. That was still a really clutch +1. Whoops, just about dropped my water. Sorry about that. Okay, and then we use Frenzy. So that's 2 strikes already. So I got to maybe do my move to regen 1 and attack to regen 1. Okay, we stick with this play. Yes, we want you. We drag you up. And then we hit both. I'm just gonna see what we flip here. Nice. Nice! Good job, Banner. Let's go. I mean, again, I would have lost Drifter's Wallflower there. It's just hard with Banner because I either prioritize the AoE or I prioritize things I can't really always control. So I keep picking the AoE, which I have no regrets about. This is kind of a wasted turn because my max movement is 3. I do have the boots, so 4. His Y shape doesn't hit. 3, 2, 1. I could at least get a poison out. It's gotta be these two. But then the next time I'm in melee form, I'm stuck there. So I'm gonna have to try and stay in range form. Just something good to be aware of. Alright, we want to go fairly early and try and get some persistence back. Probably these two. And then Banner. Let's see, if you go slightly after. He's going 23 and moving up to here. But you do have someone behind you. I mean, I could move Drifter up to here and hit Polar Bear. And then Banner, if it's a move 3, with the heal and regen, I could then get off the pincer. Those are just a really late initiative. What else could I do? What else could I do? Yeah, I don't want to go double late. You do not want to go double late. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but I can't set up the pincer any other direction. And yours is a move 3, but if I move between them, I lose that bonus. So Drifter has to go here, which means Banner has to be the move 3. Girl, you're always coughing. Stop ripping those cigarettes. Got them COPD lungs. You out here wheezing. Don't call her Wheezy for nothing. Alright, well, not really an ideal turn, but kind of in a goofy spot. So let's go get a poison. Man, it'd be nice to kill the imp. Maybe I try not to maximize and I just try and kill imp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I make Banner go after Drifter? Need Drifter to go first here and get out of the way. Hey, can you go before? No. Okay. So then that move 4 is pretty much wasted. Unless Banner goes earlier. So I'm just going to go earlier. And let's see, do I care about an attack 2 versus an attack 3 at advantage? I'll take the attack at advantage. Let's hit the imp and then move up to set up a pincer. Drifter, maybe we can move up and kill imp. Gem's gonna move up and either imp or polar bear. I might just triple focus imp here with 3 little attacks and try and get a kill. They have flipped this 43 card every single time. Yeah, here's the wound. I figured polar bears had a wound. I didn't know at what initiative, and it's a target 2, so that kind of stinks. We're already at advantage. Nice. Probably here puts me in the best position for a pincer. We heal ourselves, we get rid of the brittle wound. I've done a pretty good job managing that in the first room here. We do have the sun out, but I have no way to actually get up there and make the most of it. So, we could do 3, 2, 1 and hit polar bear, and we don't poison any allies, or we hit here. But you're going with an attack 4, so I'm just going to bank on a good flip. Let's get a poison on polar bear. That's fine. Poison's a poison. Stamina potion-wise, I think we wait till we're later in the game. That flips me back to range form, and I need to stay in range form. Do we want something other than sun? Don't think I'm going to use it, so I'm going to leave it. Pretty much since the first round, I haven't really focused on wallflower. Alright, this should be a kill, and we get back up to 5, because we burn 1, use 1. Alright, we're looking okay here. I really just gotta keep his persistence up. I was gonna say low-key, it wouldn't be a bad turn to get Banner of Hope down, but I've already got that out. Or I already used it down here on the advantaged attack. We're in a good spot for a pincer, so I think we have to go insert early with the pincer. That's an attack 6. Could just do a double heal to get that wound off. Or I could do a heal and get my persistent back. Drifter hasn't taken damage, that's wild. But if I'm doing an attack 6 early, probably 1 more attack finishes. Okay, let's do maybe a basic attack and then gem heals themselves. And we're going to take move, and maybe we can finish the kill here. See if I can reset that persistent. Nice, 60. Okay, should be a pretty free turn. Attack 7 with the poison. We're probably long resting here in just a second. Making an 8. That's a solid attack. Alright. I mean, if I don't have to attack with Drifter, that's fine. Then I'm not even risking wasting 1. Gem we never really loot with. And you got the kill. So let's get your heal, let's do that. We are going to consume it to at least keep it out. Maybe I shouldn't do this, because keeping it out also keeps it out for the imps. But I will for now. Right, move 2, heal 2. Doesn't matter. We skip the attack, doesn't matter. Alright, Drifter, I know what we want to do. I think Shockwave's pretty solid to try and get through this second and third room. And then we regen. So I can go one of two ways. I either Shockwave or I Relentless, but Relentless isn't that helpful right now. So I think I Shockwave. I've got my regroup heal. And then we are still in range form, which was necessary. I mean, I could, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could aggressively open the door and launch an attack. I could, but that kind of sacrifices gem. Because Banner Spear's at a good long rest point, and Drifter's close to a long rest point. How aggressively do we keep pushing this? I mean, Shockwave's probably better used if things come up to the door and stack up. Okay, we're back to 6-6. We're in a good damage spot there. Ooh, this is scary. Because Banner ideally is long resting. Drifter is one turn away from long rest, so maybe I just long rest and keep them on the same tempo. That gets... what items do you have? There's no great way to check items. Oh, here we go. So, Spyglass. So you get Spyglass back. You were never hit in this room? That's crazy. My tank's not tanking. What do we think's in this room? I mean, they showed wolves, so probably either wolves or bears and more imps to brittle. And really, I'm only getting an attack 3 off. And then Gem has 1 melee turn. I mean, I think I risk it.
Just when you think you've outrun them, the howling starts again. You glance behind you to see the hounds emerging from the shadows of the forest, shaggy silhouettes coalescing into fur and fang. There are too many to fight, so your only choice is to keep running.
That's a scary looking polar bear. How far are they moving? Move 1. Okay, we're looking okay, and they're just doing a heal, which is a little annoying. I wish I could hit this imp, because I could almost kill it. But let's just get some damage on the elite. They're going to heal it off. The biggest thing is I just don't want to pull it. I could pull it 1, because it only has a move 1. And then that would allow maybe like a javelin to hit both. And I could get a poison off on the front guy. So elite's going to go first. Boom, boom. That would set up an AoE over here. And imps are moving 3. I'm not doing the pull. Well, Gem's melee form no matter what. So I'm not getting off Firefly next time anyway. So I think I'm okay with this pull because it gets them closer for my melee guys. I'm going to let that element die, because flipping back to melee, and I don't want the imps to double. Or I could do Sun. Sun makes this a much more effective attack. But am I really going to do that, or am I going to disarm the elite? I think disarming the elite sounds like a really good play. I will make Sun, just because no matter what, I'm probably going at 12. So if I really had to burn it, I could do that. I got him set up right where we want him. Well, Banner, that does mean that you are short resting. That's too pretty of an AoE not to, I think. And probably kill this imp. So, man, I don't really want to go super late. I just go early and attack here and bounce the damage here. And then Gem, you're melee. Let's make sure to go early. I mean, wounding everything in range 2 sounds good, but like he's dead, and I'd rather do damage to them. So what do I care more about? The attack 4 with disarm, or your crappy turn? I am going to do your turn late. And then Banner, we got the short rest, and Gem. I think this is a really good disarm turn. No, let's not lose that. Oh, that's what I get for being greedy. Those were the 2 cards I didn't want to lose, because the move with regen is absolutely clutch in this mission. Alright, plan B. We don't have a plan B. We don't have a plan B. I want to go slightly after 12. I need at least a move 2. 1, 2. And then I could attack. I could at least attack the bears and push them back. That's super annoying. So the only thing is, like, order of events, right? If I short rest and knew that I was losing that card, I would have changed Drifter's initiative earlier and came up here and killed the imp. Because now I'm just taking unnecessary brittle, probably. That's where, like, this is much harder than the tabletop game for some little things. Alright, let's see here. So I could still combine effort at 32. Get Drifter up here at 32. Attack this way. Maybe push this polar bear back out of harm's way. But the biggest thing would be trying to kill this imp. And then I'm disarming him at 12, which is the best I can do this turn now that I can't hit him. So combined effort sounds good, and then we unbreakable wall. And we do have a hound behind us. Hounds are spawning at the start of each round. Okay, so we're speeding this up. We just gotta burn, burn, burn. Hack our way through. So I wouldn't hate doing my fueled falchion on this attack. Can I confirm that after? I don't know. Maybe I missed it, but I really don't think so. Okay, good thing we disarmed. They're going before Banner even moves up, which is pretty clutch. Strengthen and muddle. Okay, not ideal, not terrible. Because they're at least going early before I move up. I'm not going to get brittled, and I don't want to take extra wounds, so I am going to pop my heal. Because we need to be so aggressive. And let's see, I'm in melee. Let me get Sun out. Maybe I can get a couple guys in that strength and melee attack. I guess I'm muddled, though, so it's not a great turn for us. I'm glad I disarmed him. That would have been a wild attack strengthened. Alright, we need to get here. We give you movement. Wish it was a jump movement, getting real greedy. Is it power potion? Probably not. Dude, Banner's been flipping well. Let's see, do I push you back? Do I push you back? I kind of like where they are. But if I push back, then I'm setting up Gem's strengthened attack a little bit more. But here, if I jump early with Gem, then I have the attack 4, attack 4. No, I think I keep moving up. I keep moving up. Because I can't just sit back and take that imp. I gotta start setting up things here. And this allows my shockwave to get to the imp. Nice. That's crazy. What a flip. Alright. That was a solid turn. So what's my best play here? Probably getting around and doing a pincer. Probably going real early and doing a pincer. This is probably my only chance to long rest. So I think I'm gonna... well, I mean, Gem has more stamina and hasn't burned yet. Yeah, I mean, Gem on anyone's in pretty good shape. And this, if I get to here, hits both with a muddle at 12. So I can't lose Flailing Tendrils, and I can't lose Draining Pincers. We're just going to short rest. Tempo-wise, I'm just going to try and stay really aggro. Let's see, you're killing... you're hitting both, but not a big attack, but muddling. Kind of tempted to long rest, but we're in a decent spot to short rest, because if I can keep up the tempo, killing the imp, like, I don't really care about the one bear. I can start to attack and run away towards the door. Drag down we're okay with. Precision aim. I don't really want to lose this bottom, because it's one of my only free ways to reset things, so I'm going to redraw. Fortitude stinks to lose, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're going at 12 with our jump and hitting both. No fudge. And Banner, you can't beat that, and you need that for the pincer. Okay, so it looks like I can re-pick cards after the short rest. That's good to know. I mean, I still think the pincers are too good of an attack not to try. I mean, the only other thing is I could just do the meat grinder and get wounds so as I start running away, but this is such a good bottom. Gem has to go at 12. So maybe I set up Drifter for this at 14. So we could do an attack 2 up top and reset something, which isn't the best play ever, but because I'm now using him to set up the pincer, it is probably my best play. And I need to do this for the initiative. Alright. 12, 14, 15. Look at that early turn. Oh, hounds, you guys chill out back there. Let me just close this door real quick. I don't really like your energy, if I'm being honest. It seems a little too aggressive. Alright, there we go. That one's always a little weird to swivel. We got a muddled stamina potion-wise. We do change forms, but we're still early in the round, so I'm just going to run it. We need to end at less than 3 health to get a perk. Come on, please. Nice. Let's keep our damage up over Shockwave, because this triggers every time. Shockwave's not guaranteed. Banner, we saved the move 4, so Banner has a little better movement than Drifter, actually. But we're just going to go here. And then Banner We did our early initiative. Do a big pincer. I mean, the bear's doing huge damage, but at least it's muddled. That's still a big, big attack. Alright. Man, it is pouring outside right now. Holy cow, I wonder if you can hear that in the audio. I mean, there's nothing I can do about the rain, so... Gem, let's see... I actually don't hate a heal turn here to get the wound off my allies. Wish I had a move and loot, being greedy. But let me plan my other guys, because this is where I actually need to get the kill. So I kind of want to just go quick. And do a big attack. So the move and heal sounds really good to get my own wound off. And then let's take the move and reset something. Banner, you will be my... Of course, both your range attacks are super early initiative. Yeah, I don't mind getting this off. I don't really want to go 60, because then you're probably getting hit. So let's do this, and then just throw a javelin backwards, because honestly, next turn, I might put up that Banner of Hope up here. It's XP. So we've got 2 heals. I probably don't need anything here, so let's go late with an attack. And I don't hate staying in this form. So just in case, like, the wolves really get up, maybe we can hit them and push them away and then run away. And I don't want to do that at 60. 14! Damn, Polar Bear. You really had to pull your 14? And they hit 19? Son of a gun. Well, that was about the worst turn. I can't really get rid of that move 4, so people gotta move on their own now. Oh, no. I can't get rid of that move 4. But Banner of Hope is so important to get these wounds off. Wow. I mean, that was just crazy flips by them. I've been feeling very in control of this mission so far, until right now. Oh, we're immobilized too? That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright. This just turned, because I can't get caught back here fighting the wolves. This just got spicy. Alright, I still gotta do this. Skip the movement. We gotta get that wound off. We have a javelin throw with power potion. So this would generate me the win to do an advantaged attack next time. And since these guys have retaliate, that's fairly important. But I can't really hit them. I could do the disadvantaged attack here. But I think I just need damage. I gotta kill something. I definitely did not pick the right cards here, because I took my persistent and my heal. So let's attack and do the shockwave, and then I think the heal is more important. Drifter's gonna have to kind of take focus while Banner runs away. Gem. We can hit both. Nice, we hit our extra bless. I won't. Okay. Is this our stamina potion? We're staying in range. Let me see here. So we still have harvest to go. So I'd love to get off a double attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that'd be a double bottom. And I just pushed him out of range, which is okay. I was more doing it to figure out how it interacted. Realistically, I probably need both attacks anyway to kill one wolf. Not a bad heal 4 regen, but I think it's only on self. So I think next turn is probably a Mind Sweep and then heal Banner. A Mind Spike. Drifter, I might go late with. Because the only range I could get back would be Scarab, which is good, but probably not essential. 3, 4. I'm going to go here, so I'm within range 3 of Banner. Man, I really want to keep moving Gem up, is the only thing. I don't want to get caught back here forever, because they're just going to keep coming. Can Banner go early? Man, that double burn put Banner at a rest turn. Ooh, I gotta get Banner the F out of there. Have to get Banner out. But I can't really long rest. So, I got a short rest and just go as fast as I can out, which is 15. I think Gem's just gonna have to solo this last room. There ain't much else to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did plan this right. So we're 18 there. We short rest here and go 15 and run as far away as we can. And then I'm potentially in a really bad spot if I take both attacks, but there's really nothing else I can do about it. So I go late. I make Drifter my tank for this turn. Sustain momentum feels super aggressive, but I'm gonna need the big movements. Because I gotta start running away. And I don't have my bottom heal. I don't love proccing this, but I don't know how else I escape. It's still a long ways. No, that's the one I can't get rid of. That's the initiative I absolutely... Oh, and I clicked wrong. In my brain, the red feels like it should be take a damage, right? Because it's a negative rather than red burn the card. I've got to mentally make that change. And it is on me, right? Like, the whole game left is pretty much like confirm your action or take the damage. So it makes sense that you're confirming burning that card. It's just the red mentally sometimes I'm like, ooh, okay. But... And then we had the heal. We were going late. If it wasn't as important of a turn, maybe I'd ignore it. But I think I'd just lose if I burn that initiative, because I need to get this heal off. We have lost all of our range attacks. I probably should have maybe not pushed, but it is what it is. I gotta focus getting out. So we need to go as early as we can. Then movement-wise, I could do a move to... And I could even back Drifter up 1. And keep helping people get to the door, or I just get 4 up there. But if I... Ooh, tough one, tough one, tough one. think I Meat Grinder here, because Meat Grinder plus Gems heal gets Banner in a good position to keep working forward, and then Drifter's just going to have to keep soloing these wolves and backing up. And Gem kind of became my support here. Man, not ideal. By not doing the push, I could have gotten an attack off there. Please kill this. Where's that ×2? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, we are getting high on Hopium right now. I love it. So Drifter is taking an attack 5, and Banner's protected with a regen. So you should argue that I need to heal Drifter here. And I would probably say you're right. I would probably say you're right. Okay, now do I Stamina Potion? That changes me to melee form. My big movement in melee I have used, so I wouldn't hate getting that back. I could change positions here. I could move Germinate up, do an attack 4 with Disarm. But I'd rather have Drifter keep falling back behind, if I'm being honest, rather than moving back this way. I need to keep going towards the door. So if that's the case, I'm probably Hornet Stingering. Wolf's only going to get to here. Hornet Stinger doesn't hit without going late. So I actually do like the Stamina Potion, because this would be my late initiative with my big movement to go late, take focus from the wolf, and then keep getting towards the door. Yep, no elements. Okay, 3, that's not bad. We healed 3, so we come out negative. Yeah, we keep crushing weight up for sure. So, we could just keep doing little movements and save stamina. So I'm going to do that. I don't mind if Gem takes focus for this next round. I'm not even worried about looting. We got to keep moving up as fast as we can. So we are thinking late and then maybe disarming whatever's behind us for the next round. We'll go late here with maybe the top attack, some combo of that. And you, I still do not want to take damage. So we combined effort to get everyone moving early. And then I wish I had my heal top or something more effective. Regroup was a rough one to lose. Yeah. 19 again. Man, they have got aggressive with these hound flips. This has been a weird mission. Imps always win at 43. Hounds are always going at 19 to be a pain in my butt. That is so lucky. I mean, we lose the regen though, which stinks. But there's nothing I can do about it. Let's see here. Hang on. How much is Hound retaliating? 1. Okay. It's only 1, and I do think I get my damage off first. So I should have went here. For some reason, dude, I suck with this card. This card is my nemesis. I was thinking it was range 3. I don't want to move up. But I also can't abandon. You've at least got to move 3, so if I move 2, you can get behind. Yeah, a power potion's not going to do me any good right now. Oh, we're back to full life support. Do I just go proc the door in front of me? That would put Gem in range for him in the doorway. Banner's just in such a bad spot. I don't know, I think if I slow play this, I'm just dead. Okay, okay. I wish I had one more movement. I wish I had one more movement. That would have actually been really clutch. Holy cow. Especially because he's taking a double attack with wound. We're critical everywhere. Oh, I guess only one, because he moved and then attacked. Kinda tempted to burn. I've still got really good stamina on Gem. And I don't really want to take 5, because that means next attack I'm probably burning, and then every turn after that. Versus if I get a lucky flip, I might be safer. Alright, let me see what I'm doing next turn. Locust Host, probably not, but I am for initiative, and then into the Embrace, probably. I think we're at a point I just start running by stuff. And I don't think I'm ever going to Firefly Swarm stamina-wise. I mean, I could for 1 XP as I leave, which is probably the play, but right now I'm trying to plan ahead for next turn, not future turns. So the problem is this only gives me a move 2, but I want the muddle, at least on you. I wish it was range 3. So is an attack 1 with muddle worth it? Yeah. But I can't keep taking this huge damage. Banner, we've used all the early initiatives, so I need to go here to protect Banner. I don't hate this, just a push. Move 1, push 2, and then we hit it. And that changes me back to melee form. Oh, long rest here is kind of terrible. Oh, I short rest. And Banner. Yeah, you're doing your move 4. You are getting the heck out of there. 1, 2, 3. You can at least get 3. We'll go at late initiative, because I don't think wolves have an attack 2. That's fine. I don't want to burn my move 3s. So you need to go a little earlier than Banner, but kind of after wolves. And what's your biggest movement that I have remaining? I don't hate the 2 with heal, because I'm probably not getting away. So let's do bloodletting in the 2 with heal. I know that lets him come up, but I can't abandon Banner, and Banner's earliest initiative is 60. They're immobilizing at 6. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, do I almost have to drop here and help them? Okay, well, Banner didn't get immobilized, and Banner's my critical one. I mean, the push play is still great, because I'm negating all damage. Versus I'd have to move 2 back to here with Gem, and then the bear's going to clog the doorway. Banner might still have her jump shoes, 2, 3, 4. I hate this. Banner can't take that retaliate at 1 health. I can do the unbreakable wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get over bear, short rest, and then attack bear and try and get out. I mean, I'm at a point with the immobilized, like he's borderline in here. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. So the only thing if I don't do this attack and I do Locust is that keeps me in... That keeps me in range form. And then with Drifter, I'm not in a great spot because I have to attack through something with 16 health. Because Drifter doesn't have a jump. But Drifter's burning next turn with no support for sure. Oh, I hate this. I think I need to go help. And then to save all the damage, I have to go all the way back to here. One, two, 1, 2, 3. I don't like moving away from this objective. I don't like it one bit. But I really think that between trying to save Drifter and Banner, it's not going to happen if I don't. I really liked my other play better on the bear. Okay. You could make an argument for Vile Assault to stay aggressive here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is their max movement, so I'm probably not getting hit. So I need to run as fast as I can next turn and get away. I'm gonna do this just because I need that heal more than anything. Big flip, big flip, big flip. Alright, I deserve that. Alright. Let's get you out of here. Ooh, this is getting sweaty. Get you by the bear. And then we do a power potion basic attack. I mean, it's going to be +1 at some point anyway, and I'm never going to get my item back to do it at advantage. I'm at a point now with Banner. I could burn for a turn. My only thing is, like, why can't I use my Poison Dagger? It feels like, and I'm not going to say bugged again, but like it never has given me the option to use my Field Falchion. It's not giving me the option to use Poison Dagger. I don't really know what's going on. Feels like maybe with the change. Alright, they cannot hit their 6 immobilized card. If they hit that, it's just all over. 1, 2, 3. So we need to go as early as we can, which is still not 6. So, and I need to kill their gem. Yeah, because we did the other attack, I'm stuck in this form. I'm probably okay to long rest here, but I'm gonna keep the tempo up. Burn 2, so I'm at 5. Okay. I'm at 5 and 5, so either way I'll be 4 and 5, which is okay. So I don't care about staying in range form. But there's really nothing I can do in range form. So let me long rest here, because Gem might have to kind of solo this at the end. And then Banner, you need to short rest. sure. We're not really combining effort at this point. Let's go just after... Drifter with the pincer attack. Okay. Ooh, 40. Let's go. If they hit their 6 immobilized there, it was just a wrap. Drifter was too far behind. Alright, I would really like to not miss. If I did miss, I wouldn't have blamed it, because I've had some pretty good RNG, so... I'm an idiot. I didn't even set up the banner for the pincer. So we just went from an attack 5 to an attack 2. That matters, but that movement's 100% my own fault, so I'm not going to restart the round. Because that is just me being dumb. Okay, Polar Bear's an attack 5 with wound, so that is on Drifter. So I'm actually not going to full retreat with Banner, because I probably need to get another attack off here. Time for Relentless to go. I think I did okay because I understood the urgency of the tempo of this one. Like, this is very much a mission that if I would not have respected the urgency of the wolves coming from behind me and long rested more, it would have got ugly in a hurry. Alright, I know I already counted these, but I just need to double check. So I have 2 burns for melee, 2 burns for range. So I'm 5 and 5. So I want to keep my jump. I mean, I probably never Flailing Tendrils. So I need to do a range something that's going to change me form, but I'm only at range 2, and that wolf's not here. So probably my next turn is going late, hoping the wolf moves up. Oh no, this is long rest, so I can get to melee form, so I can jump the bear and attack it. Okay, if that's the case, then I get rid of this bottom. Because I'm going to start in melee, so I'd like a little extra stamina there. This is my best initiative in range, but that's okay. Gem is not close to being at 3 health. But we're like 1 attack from bear away. So because I want to take focus from bear, let's go as fast as we can and jump to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Drifter, how's that self-heal looking? Looks good, looks good. Yeah. I'm seeing it. You guys seeing it? I'm seeing it. So, if I were smart, the Reckless Jab's probably my best play, but I actually wanted to attack Gem. Seems like a pretty good meat grinder push turn. Hopefully bear doesn't flip its multi-attack. And I'm still out of range of wolves. Okay, single attack, that's fine. I actually kind of want to take that on Gem, and Gem went just fast enough. We could do this with Muddle, but I kind of want to take the damage, so I'm just going to hit it. I am at a point that Drifter needs to get... Ooh, spicy. And that's going to wound me, huh? Don't love that. But we're getting that perk. Alright, so this would be an attack 5 versus an attack 4. I don't even get an XP for this burn? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, we had to hit a miss sooner or later. Yep, we need crushing way back up. It is really nice that Shockwave doesn't trigger on every melee attack, only the ones with someone adjacent. But I'm one turn from being engaged by those wolves, so I absolutely need to get this bear out of the way. And we just did with that. And then we have the heal and regen at range 1. I don't really want to take the doorway. Drifter, what's your next play? Nothing great, just hitting and running. Gem, you're in range, so we can pretty much get to the door and escape. Alright. And I don't think I have a single range attack left with Banner. Where are my exit hexes? I wanted to keep this closer one just in case I need it. Let's just chill with Banner for a second. Maybe I can come back and get an attack off if I need to, but I think I just need to escape there. Alright, so Drifter's my critical one. We short rest. Gem. 1, 2. So I do have to move backwards. Heal and get the wound off keeps me at 3. Or we do an early heal. Maybe just an early double heal and get closer. I mean, he's one health away. But Gem's burning, and Drifter, if he doesn't beat that wolf, he's in trouble. Because if he doesn't beat that wolf and gets immobilized, he's burning. So, let's see. If I do the double heal, do I have an attack at all to help him? No. No, I do not. Okay. And then Drifter, and then Banner. Let's long rest for a turn and hang out. I think that's my only move. 3, but if I take 1, I burn again with the wound, so I have to. Okay, so let's take our earliest initiative along with a range attack and just try and get out of there. Whew, they didn't hit their 6 again. Let's go. So I would have been safe for the double heal turn, but I just can't risk it. You gotta get your hiney moving. We need to stay out of those wolves' range. We need to try to. Probably precision at this point. Still could be in a bad spot if they hit their immobilized, but there's nothing I can do. We have an odd number here, so I want to burn something here. And I just need a move 1, 2, 3 to get out, which means it has to be... Well, I have my move and heal. So if I move 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can hit both and push both back this turn. But that keeps me in range form. And then I'll bring Reckless Jab just in case of an emergency. Hornet Stingers or this are both before 20, so I'll get rid of this. I think I gotta go here for line of sight. Let's check. So if I have it there, I have it back 1 more. Just can't completely isolate Drifter. Because I already did my fast initiative right there. This is spicy. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so I can hit both from there. But either way, it's a move 2. Why am I only hitting one there? Alright, what am I doing wrong, people? That should hit both. Like, it's saying I'm pushing him, but I don't know why it's not giving me damage. Super weird, because I would have liked to push him away. I don't love that. I don't know why that triggered that way. Probably pincer. I'm never setting that up in the bottom. It's not like good movement. I will wait one turn to escape just because now I have a little health. I would have really liked the damage there. Alright, Drifter, you gotta go as fast as you can. I can't take the retaliate, so there's no point in even attacking here. I'll pick that, but that's fine. Gem, this is your best turn, and you will go mid. I've got burns. And if we gotta go heal someone, we have it. And then I would have the 15 to run away. Okay, 83, so they went late, so we're good. I think I'm done playing games. I think it's time to just run away. We run away. We skip the attack. And we escape. Sure, we just keep picking on this guy. Because I don't like the way he looks. He looks too cool. Oh, we're not pulling you closer. Thanks for that. Okay, 2/3 of the way there, and we skip attack, but we do the burn. And then we skip our movement, and we escape. Ooh, this was a spicy, spicy mission. We made it happen. Only took an hour and a half. Crazy that Gem was the babysitter. Hey, good mission though. First mission at +2 difficulty, and we did pull it out. Yeah, very, very sweaty. Definitely, I'm glad I pushed the temple the whole time.
The pack is far behind you now, their snarls and barks fading far into the distance. And so, finally, you let yourself slow to a march. The cold, for once, comes as a reprieve. You let it wash over and steal away the heat of battle, evaporating your sweat and taking the sting from your wounds. For a long time after that, you march. The valley extends onward into the icy expanse of the north, finally opening into a vast field crowded with towering icy spikes. It looks almost like another forest, huge frozen pillars all gathered together. But these are no kind of tree you've seen. They are raw, frozen obelisks, enormous ice spears shot forth from the ground like huge monuments to some forgotten god. You doubt this is what Sather was imagining when she sent you this way, but these things can't be ignored. You scan the horizon and notice that deep in the expanse, one structure stands apart. Larger and darker in color than the others, it's less a spike than a spire, and it reigns over the landscape like a lord's keep. You have the choice. You can either march to the massive spire or opt for a closer target. You do notice one not too distant spike that does look a little curious. It is shorter than the rest, but also wider. It might be worth a cursory investigation before venturing too deep into this unknown field.
I don't know, kind of like the short, wide one. All right. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much share everything. Alright, so despite the apparent hostility, the landscape surrounding Frosthaven calls for exploration. Now that some climbing gear has been constructed, you have means to access new horizons high up in the mountains. Inside the shop, you encounter the harrower carpenter hard at work. A horde of insects which makes up its shape flits around, braiding together fiber for rope. When we finish, they say in a chittery voice, this rope will be able to withstand the weight of 100,000 bees. I like that that's their marker. No pounds. We weigh by bees. You must look nervous. Their shape flutters with humor. Don't worry, this means it'll hold you too. You dearly hope so, because you can't picture 100,000 bees scaling a mountain anytime soon.
A group of soldiers bearing White Oak's insignia ride into Frosthaven on horseback. They drag a half-dozen sorry-looking men connected by a long chain. One of the soldiers drops from his horse, handing the reins to a waiting town guardsman.
Where's medical in-law?
Sather greets the soldier.
Dead. Algok's fist. Maybe it was the spear hose. Either way, I'm in charge now.
The soldier grunts, sizing up the new mayor.
New contingent of prisoners. Thieves. Drifters, mostly.
Sather folds her arms.
We're not a prison. The people here stay by choice, and we don't have room for layabouts.
The soldier brushes her off.
Put them to work. Put them to death for all I care. They're delivered. Find a place for them. Unless you'd like me to execute them.
The soldier draws his sword and puts it to the throat of the nearest prisoner.
Ooh, tough one. So, probably don't want to let him die. If we keep him under our house, one of two things are going to happen. Either A, they'll... Maybe if our, morale or reputation's high enough, they might not get into as much trouble, but also they might just rob us. But if we let them loose on the town, they are prisoners for a reason, right? So we're just saying, hey, go work. No one's going to keep an eye on them. So I think if we're not going to kill them, we gotta just push the chips all in.
You know firsthand how difficult it can be to get a foothold in Frosthaven, and there's no need to kick these unwelcome guests when they're already down. You offer them a place in your longhouse while they're getting settled. The soldiers resupply quickly and start heading back out the main gate. Sather invites them to stay the evening, but their response is short.
We've heard plenty of stories about the safety of this outpost, and we'll take our chances on the road. Good luck with the prisoners.
Okay. Alright, new campaign event. So, back to the outpost phase. We're in a pretty good spot. We definitely got a level here, so we'll pick some new cards. The last outpost phase only took me 10 minutes, so, I'm like, well, I don't know that people really want 10-minute outpost videos, but I'll keep dropping them separate for now. I said I was going to. If you want me to merge things again in the future, I can, but outpost phases also are probably going to get longer in winter when we're defending stuff. So, hey, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back. I'm thinking maybe we stay on that quest line while we're at it, but we also have a lot of new stuff we can do. So, we will see you again soon.